Millions of people worldwide are turning to chatbots, highlighting the need for guardrails to prevent delusions and psychosis. Wow, that is a stark observation straight from IEEE spectrum, and it perfectly captures the high-stakes tightrope we're walking right now. We are seeing adoption at a scale previously unimaginable. But as AI becomes our companion, our therapist, and our coworker, the psychological and societal impacts are getting very, very real.
Welcome to this explainer. If you're an analyst, a venture investor, a corporate executive, or a researcher, you already know how incredibly noisy the AI space is right now. So today, we're providing a high-level 360-degree executive briefing drawn directly from the Next in AI newsletter. We're going to cut through that noise and synthesize the absolute most critical signals from recent market shifts, deep tech research, and enterprise deployments.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We're taking a macro to micro approach. We'll kick things off with the state of AI governance, move into the real ROI of enterprise AI and agents, dig into some truly fascinating breakthroughs in deep tech, and then wrap it all up with a rapid-fire look at emerging tools and integrations.
Section 1. State of AI Governance. Balancing rapid scale with safety.
So bottom line up front, as AI scales globally into everyday life, public sentiment and policy are racing and honestly sometimes struggling to keep up. We've got two colliding realities here. First, there's the push for rapid scale. As highlighted by IEEE Spectrum, the foundational premise of AI, that machines might someday improve themselves, is literally happening right now. AI is starting to build better AI, which accelerates development well beyond our traditional human constraints. But then, acting as an immediate counterweight, we have the urgent need for governance. The Stanford xAI 2026 AI Index report specifically points to massive disruptions in the workplace, urgent policy shifts, and an evolving public sentiment that is heavily demanding moderation tools. We're essentially watching a massive tug-of-war between exponential capability and the absolute necessity for safe, structured frameworks.
Moving on to Section 2, Enterprise AI and Agents, the ROI of implementation. We are way past the hype cycle at this point. Executives want to see actual bottom-line results. To understand enterprise ROI right now, we have to ground ourselves in one specific term: agentic workflows. According to OpenAI's recent B2B signals research, frontier enterprises are building durable competitive advantages by scaling these exact workflows. But, what does that actually mean? It means we're no longer just talking to a chatbot and passively waiting for an answer. We're deploying systems that autonomously plan and execute multi-step tasks to achieve a specific goal. They're doers now, not just talkers.
And to put that into perspective, let's look at how this breaks down in the real world. Singular Bank actually built an internal assistant using ChatGPT and Codex. The business impact? It saves their bankers 60 to 90 minutes every single day on meeting prep and portfolio analysis. That is pure internal efficiency. Then, contrast that with a company like Uber. They're using OpenAI to power voice features and assistance across a massive, global, real-time marketplace, helping drivers earn smarter and riders book faster. So that's massive external scale. And then you have companies like Parloa, leveraging these models to build scalable, voice-driven customer service agents that people actually want to talk to. Time saved, scale achieved, and customer experience drastically improved.
All right, Section 3, Breakthroughs in Deep Tech, R&D transforming the physical world.
Now, software and enterprise workflows are really only half the story. A massive frontier opening up right now is embodied AI. Simply put, these are artificial intelligence systems that interact with and learn from physical or simulated real-world environments. It's AI finally moving off our screens and into a 3D space. And the research coming out right now is just staggering.
Take this recent archive paper on a system called PhysForge. Synthesizing 3D assets has always been a huge bottleneck for interactive virtual worlds. Most methods just create static geometry. It looks like a chair, but it doesn't function like one. PhysForge generates functional, physics-grounded 3D assets. It roots the generation in functional logic and hierarchical physics. The AI isn't just drawing an object. Actually, scratch that. It's basically engineering it to exist and react in a physical environment.
Now we see these same principles applied to life-saving diagnostics. Another breakthrough paper introduces Wasserstein-aligned localization. It uses vision language models to detect rare medical pathologies. The brilliance here is zero-shot anomaly localization. By completely reformulating how the anomalies are identified, essentially comparing them against distributions of healthy, normal anatomy, it overcomes the major limitation of not having enough data on rare diseases. The result? faster, more accurate diagnostics without needing a massive dataset of that exact rare pathology. And this brilliantly illustrates how deeply AI is penetrating the hard sciences. A paper published in Nature Machine Intelligence discusses a Platonic representation of foundation machine learning models for interatomic potentials. Essentially, researchers have found a unified geometry, like a shared language, that emerges across different independent AI models studying chemistry. This unified language enables cross-model comparison and ground truth-free diagnostics. That is a massive unlock for things like faster material science and drug discovery.
But again, we have to look impartially at the trade-offs of these deep tech breakthroughs. As embodied AI rapidly transitions from isolated simulations into our actual domestic and sensitive real-world environments, researchers are sounding an alarm. High-frequency deployments create a massive privacy utility trade-off. We are seeing incredible advancements in perception and interaction, but in these high-frequency deployments, privacy leakage is often irreversible. The more useful and embedded the AI becomes in our physical space, the more of our physical data it inherently has to consume.
Let's move to Section 4, Emerging Tools and Integrations, the rapid-fire radar.
If you are an investor or developer, this is what's hitting the market today. The major platforms are heavily focused on integration and customization. AWS SageMaker AI just announced deep integration with MLflow v3.10 to streamline generative AI development. xAI has rolled out connectors for Grok, bringing the everyday apps you use directly into the AI for end-to-end workflows. They also launched Custom Voices, which allows you to literally clone your brand's voice from just a short recording. Meanwhile, Hugging Face released VLM v1, notably prioritizing correctness before corrections in reinforcement learning. The trend across the board is clear: deeper enterprise integration and much higher creative realism.
And looking at the startup ecosystem via Product Hunt, we see a whole suite of tools designed to just abstract away the operational burden. Franny lets you ship AI agents easily. We're seeing AI-powered contextual moderation for safer chat experiences. There's LikeTony.ai to instantly tailor landing page copy to specific buyer personas. Base-MCP is putting a data analyst in every AI tool you already use, and Forge is offering a complete React toolkit made specifically for building AI interfaces. The friction to build and deploy is dropping to near zero.
So the crucial point is this: we are seeing incredible ROI in the enterprise. Deep tech is actively breaking the barriers of the physical world, and an entirely new tool chain is shipping at breakneck speed. But we have to return to the thought we started with. As AI starts to literally build better AI, accelerating beyond human constraints, are our guardrails actually ready for the next horizon? It is arguably the defining question of 2026. I highly encourage you to dive into the next AI newsletter sources we cover today to explore these developments for yourself. Thank you for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the horizon.